What's up guys, it's Turner, or Jacob, and I'm going to be showing you how you use and install essentials for Minecraft, Minecraft 1.6.1 and Bukkit 1.6.1. If you do not know, Bukkit does not have a stable build out yet, or not a recommended build, which is in a sense a stable build, but no, I don't care that my computer is running slowly. I'll link you to this page. It's just dlbukkit.org, and then you would just want to download this one right here, or the latest one. If when you watch this, if they have say a beta build, that would be better than running a I can't say that word right now. Developmental build, just because that's more right. And then once they have a build that's recommended, then you should run that one. So let's get started. Just download that, put it in your server directory. Mine is server tutorials. Just replace that over Craft Bukkit over your other server. And then you're gonna run it obviously and make sure it all works. Then open up your plugins directory and go over to the Essentials Bukkit page. Now I'll link you this one, which is the Bukkit dev page. Now you can either choose to download the Bleeding Edge, which is like essentially the dev builds, or you can download the recommended, which is right here. So I'm just gonna go download this, the Essentials core, which will have Spawn, the regular Essentials, and I believe a few other ones. So just hit download, and find your plugins folder. Whoops. Plugins, and just save that there. So that's downloaded. Now I do want to mention something. There is a new website that came out a few months ago, and I've known about it for a while, but I haven't really used it. It's called Creators Cast. I'll even link in the description as well, and it is a link to my page. No, I don't know. It just started. It's a pretty small community, but it's grown. It's grown a lot over the 3 months that it's been out. Actually, I think it's been out a little. I don't care, but it's grown a lot. So I'll link you that. I mean, you can make an account. You can make really OG accounts right now. So yeah. So enough with that. Get back to essentials. Now let's go to plugins. You can just extract that here, or you can extract it on your desktop. It doesn't really matter. So then you're gonna want to server tutorials, and then run it. See, it's done. Now you're gonna wanna go into your plugins, and then you'll get plugin metrics, which is just something that comes with a bunch of other plugins, and it will basically just like let that go to this one website that links there and tracks plugins. I forget what that website is called, but it just shows like users online, etc. Okay, so basically you're right here. This will be when you set a warp. Your warps will show up in this thing, and you can edit them, change the location of them. I'll show you in a minute. If you use anything like /cell in game, so if you give the users the ability to type /cell space hand, and it will sell, say, a stack of cobblestone. This is showing you how much that should be per item. So wood is 50 cents, arrows $3.50. It's pretty balanced if you ask me. Updates, it's just one if you want to make a new when it updates, if it needs a new folder, stuff like that. And the items just show you the items. Now if you open up the config.yml, again I'm using Notepad++. It is a very good program. I do recommend it. Well, let's get started. Okay, so for the Essentials Global, which is, I'm just going to start with that. This is the ops name color. What that means is pretty much what color when a user is operator, so when they type /ops space, say Magic Man 902, that what color will his name be, and this will override any essentials chat you have, any group manager stuff. So this will be override everything. So 4 is red. I usually don't like this feature because then you can tell when somebody's op. But I just hit none. And that will disable it. You can put 0 through 9 or A through F for it. Now, for the prefix, nickname prefix. Now, when a user has a nickname, this is what will show up next to him. So say my name is MagicMan902 and I change my name to Turner, and then I'll say hello. And I say hello. Now what will happen when I have a prefix on is it will, now the chat will be like that. So I'll have the little squiggly line in front of my name to show that there's a prefix, or the nickname. This shows that I have a nickname. You can change this to whatever key you want. So star say, or hashtag, whatever. So I'll just change that to star. And change display name. You want to keep this true. If you use first say essentials chat, if you have any other, I believe like hero chat, things like that, you want to keep this to false, because then it will allow it to change it. Okay, next. Okay, teleport cooldown is pretty much like it says right here. It's the delay in seconds required between a command. So when a user types /home/ back / up / jump, etc. It's just, so if I set that to say 60, the user will only be able to type a command every minute, because that's in seconds. So if I type 120, that will be, the user will only be able to type a command every 2 minutes. Let me just change that to 0. Teleport delay is the delay where the user actually teleports. So if they type /TPA or /TP, that's the delay that the user will be able to teleport. So if you set that to 5 seconds, it'll count down from 5 and then teleport the user to a certain place. Teleport invulnerability is pretty much, they'll get God mode for the first 4 seconds, or you can configure it right here. So that user can attack or be attacked. There's a phone ringing. I'll have to answer that later. But okay, heal cooldown is, it's required between the /heal. So like if you set it to, if you're not op, you can, and you have a permission, you can only type /heal every 60 seconds, and that's just to stop server lag and stop people from spamming it when they're say PvPing and stuff. So that's really good. Oh, now the item spawn backlist. This is gonna allow you to prevent items from being spawned with like /I or /give the user command. So that's what that's used for. And then if you want to give them a certain item, you can use the permission base right here. I'm not going to explain all that, but you can just pretty much read that, and that will show you how to give a user permission for a certain item. So say you blocked off TNT here, but you want to give a permission to TNT to a certain user, you can do that through this. But if you do this, you want to change this to true, so it's permission based item spawning. Just forewarning. Okay, let's see. Mob limit, or mob spawn limit. When you type /spawn mob, say skeleton, this will be the max amount of mobs you'll be able to spawn. I usually keep that at 10. I wouldn't go anywhere over 50 with it, because that would just be crazy. But that will only allow anybody on the server to spawn 10 mobs at a time, no matter what. War on Smite, what that does is the command /lightning or /smite, it'll basically say like, thou has been smited by so and so, and if you disable that, then it won't say anything when you get smited. Okay. Okay, so if you have, say, what overridden commands are is if you have commands that you want, say, essentials to try to take over, you'd want to do something like this. So you'd want to delete that, and you'd want to make essentials take over these two commands right here. But I'm not going to do that because I don't have the commands. But if you wanted to add another one, you just do spaces, and then such and actually that would be right there, and then you would do like fly, something similar to that. Not really too hard. Okay, disable commands. Sorry. Disable commands are just basically commands that would be globally disabled on the server. I usually do nuke because that gets really annoying, so I can't do nuke. And then it will show to the players with social spy, if you know what that is, which will basically let you see like slash when people message each other, it will let you see that. Alright, social spy commands. This is just the commands that will like allow you to see. So if anybody types slash message, WR, mail, anything, it will tell you that the user is doing. This is if you do not have a permissions system. These are just the default things and permissions that commands that players that a default player not op would get to use. I'm not really sure if you can add other plugin commands here. I've never really tried it since I do not use it. But again, kits. Okay, so I'm gonna try to go over this pretty simple, but I don't know. It can get kind of weird sometimes. Okay, I don't care, computer. Okay, but kits. How you do a kit is pretty much you just copy this and go all the way here and paste it, and then you would do, say, epic, I don't know, and delay. The delay is in seconds, so you can only type, if they're not op, you can only type it every 10 seconds, every, I don't know how many minutes that is, and again, I don't know how much that is. And then you can customize what durability and everything you get on your items. So this is just the item ID. This is the amount of items that they will get. So this is saying, I'm not sure if maybe it's a what do you call it? I think it's a pickaxe. But then you just basically you list the enchantments with a space. So efficiency space. Let's change that to 5. Durability 1, fortune 1. 333. And then name, this is what the item name will be, so I will just do MCPT. And lore is a thing that shows under it, which I'll show you in a minute. This is the lore, so I won't customize anything else, that's just other items. This is a head, so a notch's head you'll get. Okay, now if you want signs, they used to be automatically enabled, but if you want signs enabled, so like if you want to be able to have colored on signs, you want to enable all these, which I usually do it from default because so you don't have to worry about it later, because you just need permission to do it anyway. Okay, and then sign use per second, it will just allow people to say how many seconds they can use a sign. So it's like every 4 seconds they'll be able to use it. It won't actually keep teleporting them or keep using the sign. It might think it is. Okay, now backup. The backup's in an interval of minutes. So how often do you want it to back up all the commands and save all, and it will save your world, stuff like that. I usually keep it 30 or 20, depending on how big your server is. You'd want to probably have it to more or less time, just depending. Like again, per warp permissions is if you give a player a permission to warp. So let's see if it's like, I believe it's like, I think it's like essentials dot warp dot name of the warp. I think it's something like that, or warps. maybe something like that. I'm not sure. You'd have to go look on the permission page because it will list all of them. But then you'd want to enable that to true. It's useful for like drug servers and stuff like that. Okay, so let's see. What's this? I honestly have never seen this before. This must be new. List. Okay, to merge groups, list the groups you wish to merge. Staff, owner, admin, moderator. The groups. I don't really, to be honest, guys, I'll have to do that in another tutorial. I'm not really sure what that is. I mean, it looks like it will list these groups. It'll list owners and admins as an admin. So, and then say it would list, in this one it would list owner, admin, and moderator as a server staff, which, I mean, it might be cool. I've never used that before. Remove God on disconnect, it's pretty much saying what it says. So it's asking you to remove the /God command on disconnect. I usually keep that like true, but you can keep it false, whatever you want. Okay, auto AFK, this is the number of time in seconds that it will automatically kick a player. So say you want it to be every 5 minutes, so 60 times 5, I don't know what that is. There we go, every 5 minutes. I'll like that. And then say every 10 minutes you want it to kick them, so let's just do 6,000, no, shit, I don't know, something like that. And that should, it will kick the player for being AFK for over 10 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm so tired, guys. Okay, freeze AFK players. This will, when a user types /AFK, it will freeze them in place. Nothing will be able to move them. When a user runs into them, you used to be able to push people, and then when they go AFK, push them in lava. But this will basically not allow the player to move at all and take any damage. Stuff like that. Disable items, pickup switches, so people can't spam your inventory like with items, so they can't, when you're AFK, they can't throw like a stack of signs in your at you and you won't pick it up, so it'll just like fill your whole inventory up. Cancel AFK on interact, meaning when the user gets there, when they move, it'll automatically cancel it. You want to keep that to true unless you want to have the player type /AFK to auto get it off or cancel the AFK, and keep that true. You can like, if you want the default Minecraft death messages, you can disable them or enable them here, but there's custom plugins that you can get to edit that, to edit all of those. Now this is kind of cool. I do like this feature because for, say, like a creative server and you don't want them to go on like the, say it's a multi-world, but you don't want them to have the God in the world survival. All you would do is that yeah, shit. Sorry. But then that would allow the users to not go in God mode in survival, which is really nice in my opinion. World teleport permissions is, I just leave it to false. It just pretty much allows, it'll be permissions to teleport users to a world or inside of a world. The default stack size, just leave that -1, unless you want stacks to only be like 32 or 10, which is, I've never seen a server that does that, but that's what that is. That's just the max stack size, so 64. Now the /repair command, if you don't know what that does, it will repair all your armor, everything that's in your current inventory. And if you want it to repair the enchantments on that item, then just keep that to true. And then also this unsave enchantments, I would keep that to false because it's for warning stuff. Also just keep that register back in listener. Don't really mess with that because it'll just record the back teleport. Okay, so let's scroll down so I can get this. That at the top, right there. Okay. So this is the delay between people, or before people can cause damage to another player. So if I join a server, I can't just leave right away, then join back and hit him and leave and do stuff like that. You gotta wait a minimum of 5 seconds before you can hit another player. This is just the max fly speed, it'll go up to 10.0, or I mean 1.0, my bad. Otherwise 0.8 is pretty fast, and this is just the max walk speed. This is for users with command slash speed 10 or speed 8. It will allow those users to only use it for that fast. Oh, that's a lot, but this will, there's a slash mail command, and you can send people mail. Now this will allow 1,000 mail that will be sent within a minute, so that's quite a bit. But yeah. Okay, so max temp ban time is just disabled, but right now you could say they'd have to be, the max temp ban would be, say, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, which isn't that much. But then you can go give a user permission for this, and then they can temp ban them for however long they want. Okay, now we're going to Essentials Home. We're almost done. This will just allow people to, the update bed at daytime will allow people to set their home through beds. In the daytime, you always keep that to true. It's really helpful. World home permissions, which will only allow players to use slash home with the permission right there, which I don't really like. Okay, now this is useful for like VIP and stuff for certain servers. So say your first rank is default, and then you only want them to be able to have 2 homes, but then you have a rank called, I don't know, Diamond, and you want them to have 6 homes. And then you have somebody, a staff member, and you want them to have 9,000 homes. I don't know. But what you'd want to do then is for the permissions you'd have to give that user essentials.setHome.multiple and then dot whatever you name this. So then it would be .diamond, .staff, .default, and that will allow the user to use that it'll call on that. TP accept cancellation is the time in seconds where when a user types /TPA and then a name, it will say you have or like this request will time out in so and so seconds. So that is in 2 minutes you won't be able to type that command anymore to accept teleporting to that player. You can change that. I usually keep that to around 60, just to stop people from like sneaking up on them or teleporting them what they think they're not gonna get teleported to. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, starting balance is how much money the first joiners get. For my drug server I'm setting up, which is also something I want to talk about, but that will be in a later video when I'm not so fucking tired. You'll start out with, I believe it's maybe like $5,000. Maybe it's 10, I'm not sure. And then you can buy your first rank and buy a few items to get yourself started. And that, if you wanted a command to cost money, so if you wanted them to be able to do /kit tools, but it would cost, oh shit, wrong one. Kit tools, but so they wouldn't spam it. It would cost them $1,500 each time to use that command. That's kind of a good thing to do. Or if you want to do like /heal or it would take $3,000 to do that each time. Currency symbol is whatever country you're in. That's the currency you would use. And this is just the max money. I would leave it the same, because if you read it there, it's just limited to 10 trillion because limitations of Java's double, which I don't know anybody who would ever get that much. And this is the minimum amount of money. Okay, here we go. You wanna set this to 0, because if you set negative right there, it will allow the users to go below that, so then they'll have negative money, which it's really stupid. But I mean, you gotta put it in there for some people. And then this will just economy log enabled. It'll just log everybody, all the trade, buy, sell signs, the sell command. It'll log all transactions and interactions with all that stuff. So if you want that enabled for your own purposes, go ahead. Okay. Okay, so essentials help, non-essentials and help. So you'd want to use, so it will show other plugins made, other plugins that you have on your server. It'll show their help commands in the essentials help, like when you type /help. I mean, keep that to true. I don't know why you'd really change it to false. And this will hide plugins for help that do not give permissions. So I mean, that's pretty good feature. I like that. Okay, now we're gonna go to essentials chat. Okay, now the chat radius is, if I set this to 50, players, if I'm standing right here, the only users within this 50, say that's 50 blocks, only users within this 50 blocks will be able to hear me. Anybody outside here, anybody outside here will not be able to hear me. So if you leave it to 0, it's unlimited, so everybody, the whole server can see you. Etc. Now display name, I don't mess with that, because that's just, I don't like that. But this will allow you to change how your usernames are presented. So you could have display name, which would be your name, and then it would say message, that, and I usually do something like display name, and then you'd have the group up here, which it would already be the prefix of that group, so you wouldn't need to do the display name. But that's how you would do it. So then you can change the colors. So I want all display names to be that, and then messages to be, I don't know, purple. And you can do that. The group formats is, if you have a server that has a lot of like, you can customize exactly what each thing says. So for admins, say you wanted it to say admins, which, I mean, you can really just do that in the prefix section of group manager if you use that. I don't really like any other permissions plugin, they're just too buggy. But yeah, that's pretty much how you do that. Okay, essentials protect. Now this would be like what it prevents. So protect, obviously, it would prevent lava flow, falls, water flow. If you set any of these to true, it will prevent that. So fire spread, true, so it's preventing fire spread. Lava fire spread, true, it's preventing lava fire spread. Spread. But then you can disable like creeper player damage or block damage, which will not make, so if like a creeper blows up, it won't damage any blocks around it, but it could still hurt the player if you don't have these set to true. Now, if you set this to true, it will make monsters so they don't follow players, kind of like, what's it called?
Creative.
No, well, yeah, in like creative mode, but I was trying to think of some no target, I think it's called, in like Call of Duty or something. Okay, and this will allow the users to not spawn. So if you didn't want any of these creatures to spawn, like a witch, say, you just put that to true, or a snowman, stuff like that. This will just be, I mean, I don't know why they implement that for some reason, maybe somebody wanted it, but I would just leave that will allow creepers to explode everywhere. If you put a maximum, say 64, they'll only be able to explode under 64, which is, I don't know, I don't really like it, but gotta deal with it. Now disable fall, which is fall damage. If you want to disable fall damage, just make that true. Disable PvP, then you make that true. If you want to disable drowning or suffocation, which I usually disable suffocation because that's the most people die when they do suffocation, where they glitch into a wall, meaning like server lag, or they place a block and it glitches them and then they can't destroy it.
What they do with sand, if they dig a hole.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen too often, Ben.
Well, I'm sure you does.
Yeah, just lava damage be disabled, true. Protect projectiles, so like arrows or firing those fireballs type things they have. forget what they're called. God, I sound like such a noob. Cactus damage, fire damage, lightning, weather. That's kind of a useful one. And then if you don't like storm, thunder, or lightning, you can disable all those here. So say you don't want any of these, you can have thunder, but you don't want storm. You don't want it to like you don't want to get all stormy or something. Then you can have that, but you can still have it. Then lightning. Okay, anti-build. So if the people, so this one is kind of confusing. If you have this true, the people in the groups with the settings so they cannot build, so it says build false, they will not be able to build. If you set this to false, it'll just be true. So I know it's confusing, but just leave that to true. If just I don't really want to explain this because I'm just gonna confuse you guys, but I would leave build true, use true, and warn on build disallow true. So this will just send a message to the player when they cannot build, and it will say you cannot use this or you cannot build or stuff like that. This will alert the ops or any will alert the players on placement. So I believe one of these is TNT. On use, I'm not sure what that is. I think it's lava bucket, and then on break you could do like TNT or obsidian or diamond ore. So then you could see if somebody's getting a whole bunch of diamond ore, you know, oh, those players are probably X-raying. The blacklist is which blocks should be prevented from placing. So that's all these blocks, which I'm not really sure what those are. I know diamond, or not diamond, probably TNT and stuff. Which blocks should be prevented from breaking? So say bedrock, obviously, 7. And then which blocks should not be pushed by pistons? So you can actually customize what blocks you do not want to be pushed. So say you don't want stone to be pushed, you can put that to 1, which I don't know why you wouldn't want stone to be pushed. But then if you want to add another one, you just do a comma and 2, say for grass. Okay, dispenser, which blocks shouldn't be dispensed by dispenser, so you could put like diamonds in there, I don't know, stuff like that. Okay, essentials spot. This will announce, it just says newbies, obviously. And this will announce if somebody has joined the server for the first time. So you'd want, so say welcome, display name to, I don't know, Epic Craft. I don't know what the hell your server's called, but say it's called Epic Craft. Welcome, let's make that 6. And it'll say welcome so and so to Epic Craft. Now the spawn point, this is just the spawn point of the players who first joined the server. So if you type /set spawn newbies, then it will spawn them there. I usually just keep that at none because then it will they'll just spawn that at the default spawn. Kits, if you want to give the users a kit at the beginning of the when they join. So let's just give them D tools just as an example. Respawn listener priority. If you have like multiverse or any other like multi-world plugin, you want to turn changes to low. Just so it will let that plugin handle it, and essentials will kind of step back. And then respawn at home if you want the user when they die to respawn in their bed or at their /set home. I usually keep that to false, but you can keep that to whatever you like. And a file. No, seriously, you're done with the configuration. So let's save this, and let me just go into that game really quick. Take forever. Sorry that took so long. Ugh, motherfucker. God, I should not be doing tutorials when I'm tired. Okay, no config broken. Edit with notepad. Let me just... again, if you're like, if like I just had an error right there, because I obviously did something wrong. So I'll link this YAML parser, and it will basically show what to parse. So let's go. Where does it say? Okay, new code line. Let me open that up. Okay, so in line 340 or 434, so let's go all the way up here. 434. Okay, staff. Oh yeah, no space right there. Which right now, if I Control C, Control A, Control V, I do that. Now heal line 461. Ugh. Again, I needed to put a space. Oh, and there we go. There's these two simple errors, but yet they could cause such a problem. If you ever get any errors with YML or anything like that, I can do it for you if you send me it. It doesn't take too long, and I like it a lot. So let me close the configuration. That will work now. I'm almost positive. Let me start up my Minecraft. Actually, I have to start up my other Minecraft because I forgot I updated. I don't really like the new launcher. It looks kind of shitty in my opinion, but I mean it's a work in progress, obviously. So let's go to, come on, load. Okay, so 1.6.1. That's loading that. Okay, so let's go to multiplayer. Just join this. Okay, so now I didn't join for the first time. Am I opt? Yep, I'm opt. So I've already been in the server, but if a user joined for the first time, it will give them this kit, which is Diamond Tools, which I named this one to Unbreaking. I gave it Unbreaking 3, Fortune, and Efficiency 5, and the item name which I set was MCPT. And the thing that says this, it was supposed to say this is the lore, but I forgot. If you want to put a space, you need to put an underscore. This key, you need to put that under it. So it would be like this. Shit. It would be like this is the lore, and then it would say, when you hover over it, it would say this is the lore instead of this. Dwarf, diggity diggity. There's a faggot ass little guy right there. Now if I do,
Don't kick me.
he's the first one to join the server, and if you look, he already got those items. So, and he gets the colored hat. So let's see how fast this. Let's see how fast this. Slow as fuck, but oh, never mind. Whatever, that's pretty fast. Whatever. So what else was I gonna show you? As you see, my chat is like that. I changed the chat color so it's like that, which I would put a space right there if I were you guys. See, that just says welcome.
The fuck?
Yeah, I just kicked him. But as you see, I don't have any errors in here. If you do /kit notch, that will give you Notch's head. If you do /kit, I think I did epic, and you just get some stone tools. Oh, and then where's it at? Maybe it's color or it's fire. I don't. Poco colors. Dun dun dun. Oh, /kit. Let's see what these do. Whoosh.
That's
Creeper
cool. It gives you
face.
a creeper face. That was a start.
I don't know what that one is.
No!
But anyway, that is how you use and install Essentials. Longest tutorial ever, I know, but hopefully I covered everything in it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.